Hey everybody, welcome back to another drawing tutorial. So today we have Naruto and his final Rasengan from his fight with Sasuke at the end of Naruto Shippuden. So it's a landscape orientation page. Use a pencil and hit pause if I go too fast. We're going to get right in. We're going to start with his right eye, and it's his eye that's kind of like punched up. You know, he's been boxed a lot in the face, so it's kind of, he's got like a fat eyelid, black eye. So we're just down, just a little bit below halfway along this line down here. Center point of my page is about here. So you just come down from the center point, down a bit and over. And we're going to start with his right eyelid. So we go up, diagonal up, like that. And then we're going to bring it down, like so. You can kind of thicken this little bit up a little bit if you want it. Just because it's the eyelash / eyelid line. Like that. And then the bottom eyelid, sort of, we have a bit of a point here, and then we bring it across. Like that. So like a real thin, punched up eye. You can like thicken up this line a little bit. Like so. So in there then his eye, so you can only see like tiny little bit of his iris and his color part of his eye, because his eye's all swollen, and his pupil you can only see a little bit here. So like it's like half a circle just there. And he's got some lines coming around the eye as well, like some, you know, some scratch marks and some stress lines and stuff, because, you know, it's a real beat up sort of eye. So his eyebrow then, so we've big curving tick line comes right by his eye there, like that. We're not going to go the whole way because it goes under a spike for hair, right? So we have a spike for his hair just here, spike like so. And then the other side of the eyebrow just here, like that. So then his other eye, so we're about eye distance, so whatever the width of his eye is, you measure that, and you come over and we start his next eye, just about here. So it curves up. So he's frowning heavily in this one, so this is like basically his eyebrow as well. That line, so it curves up here. So we're about eye distance over. You could fit his whole eye inside here. And then you just curve it straight up first because he's frowning. And then we change direction and we come this way, like so. And then this comes down the back, like so. And then we're going to bring it over to there. And you could join them like in a tear duct here if you want, or you can just add some sort of lines. Like in anime, they rarely sort of meet. And then this at the back is a thicker sort of line just here. So you just thicken this up. Just to here, because it goes underneath his eyebrow then. So you want to stop just about there, like that. So we might as well do his eyebrows because we kind of have it started. So what I meant is like the eyebrow goes right past his eye. So his eyebrow is actually like frowning, covering some of his eye. And then the other side of that comes up the other way. Comes to a point on this side because he doesn't have hair covering it. Just there. And then his iris. We can see a lot more of his iris than this one. So a much bigger circle. Curving around there with his pupil in the center. Like that. And again, some stretch scratch lines around his eye. Like so. Okay, so nose, so nostrils, so one just down here, one there. You'll notice as well this eye is much sort of higher up. It like goes as high as his eyebrow on this side. Much bigger eye. And then his mouth, so we do just like he's smiling with an open smile, but we'll just do a closed one to get us started. So just curve it across like so. And you just want to stop underneath the inside of his eye there and just add a kind of a line like that, because he's got punched in the mouth, so maybe a smaller one on this side. Okay. And then to open it, we'll just add a bottom lip, curves around like so, back up the other side to there. And then a line just here for his sort of chin, where his chin and his bottom lip come together, just there. And again, he could have some like scratch sort of marks for blood coming out of his mouth, because he got a box on the side of his mouth, like cuts and scratches and stuff like that. And right, so his chin, just here, like so. So now if you're measuring things, this eye to his nose is about the same as the nose to the chin. So the nose is halfway between the eye and the chin. So this distance, the same as this distance. And then his bottom lip is halfway between the nose and the chin. So here to here is the same as here to here. Okay, bottom lip halfway between nose and chin. Boom, boom. And then nose halfway between eye and chin. So boom, boom, right? So that's your proportion. That's what you're aiming for. And then we'll bring his jaw up the side, curving up. Like so. And then we go up the other side. This one goes a bit further because there's less hair on this side. To there. And then we can do his fringe. So we have a hair spike here. Goes up like so. And then more coming down across his face here. Like that. Another one going this way. To there. Back up. And of course we can erase these lines in here, but I'll do that in a minute. Another hair spike. The wind is kind of blowing his hair this way a little bit, so it's not like normal Naruto hair. And then another one coming down here. One there. Spike. Let's see, where's that spike? There. This way. Okay, so before I finish the rest of his hair, we'll just do his ears and some details on his face. So his ear, so it's like right above his eyebrow, or just in line with the top of his eyebrow there. So that's like his fringe. And then his ear is in line with that, so it curves around to there. And then we go up to there. And like the easiest way to do ears is a letter J, just like that. You could leave it like that if you wanted, but if you want more detail, you just add a couple more bumps and stuff like that. And then his other ear, we can kind of see it in between these pieces of hair, and then it comes down to there. You want to line up your earlobes just there. And some lines in his ear. there. Kind of like that. And oh yeah, his lines on his face. Let's see. So one, longest one right there, under his eye, and then second longest here, and then shortest there. And then on this side as well, one there, there, and there. They're like his whiskers. And of course, lots of scratch marks, blood lines and stuff, dirt, dots, all over his face. And I'll just erase these lines behind his hair. Okay, then we'll just do the rest of his hair. So yeah, we'll go over the side and we'll just spike. We're going right up to the top of my page now, and we're doing spikes, mostly go in this direction, okay? So like this kind of thing. Okay. Because his hair is being blown. Goes off the top of my page. Maybe might come back in here. A shorter one there. Kind of like that. And then we'll start to go down the other side. One sticking out here, like so. And then the rest it kind of bumps, just going down around into his ear, like that. Right, so he's doing like a Rasengan kind of thing. He's holding it in his hand here. His shoulder goes off this way. And we'll just go for it. So his shoulder starts to come out. So he's all hunkered over. So his shoulder's up real high. Okay. He's doing like a Naruto run. So he's like, his head is kind of parallel with his body, right? So that means the shoulder's real high up. Normally you do a neck and then a shoulder going off that way. But when the character is leaning forward like this, the shoulder gets higher up. And his chest, believe it or not, is down here. So chest muscle goes up like so. Sort of armpit / chest muscle there. And then his bicep will run off my page that way. And he has a kind of a line that runs down from here up to here. It's like stitching or something on his shoulder. That. And then his collar. Runs in around his ear. Into there. And then we can see his leg. So trousers, bumping line. Bumping line. And then we bring it down. And then the other side of that leg goes like here. And there. And this is the other leg that's like behind. Just there. And then like a fold line or two. Just there. And his pocket. Just here. A couple of lines. Like that. Scratch marks again. Right, so his other shoulder over here curves out around his hair down to there. Now, like on his top, he's got all those crisscross sort of lines, but I think I'll leave it out because it'll probably make the video too long. But you can add them if you want. It's that sort of mesh clothing. They're just crisscross lines, but just to keep everything kind of simple, as simple as it can, we'll just leave it out. Okay, so his wrist then. So his hand comes out like so. And then the wrist comes out the other side. Okay. And it's kind of bent back. you know, we can only see sort of, it's kind of like gone back like this, so you can only see the tips of the fingers and the palm of the hand and the thumb. So the thumb will come up this way. So take your time with hands now, guys, because hands are as tricky as faces, I think. Probably even harder. So, and then it bumps around knuckles, like that, a couple of bumps, and then we go down, around for his thumb, and then the thumbnail will be like in here, and then skin fold. So like the thumb is like bent, and then you have a little like piece of skin fold just in there. And then this joins the palm of his hand, so big curving sort of bumping line, curves around, back and joins the wrist. And then you can see some wrist bones just here. Of course, some scratches and stuff on it as well. So then we can see fingers, right? So they get sort of bigger as they go to the little finger. I know that doesn't make much sense. The little finger is actually the biggest finger here because they're all sort of pulled back and the little finger sticks out a bit more. So top of his index finger is just here. So like a curved line sticking off the palm of his hand. Then we have the next finger. His middle finger gets a bit longer, just there. And you might have like a line because it's that crease that's in your finger. These bends that we have, 3 segments in each finger. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we can see the top 2 segments in these fingers. So 1, 2, and then we go around. 1, 2, a line sort of in the middle of them, and we can see 3 segments on the little finger. So 1, 2, 3, and then we bring it around like so, down to his knuckle, and then bend it in back into his hand just there. And they might have some fold lines just to break it up. Okay, so for the Rasengan, it's pretty much a perfect circle, okay? So what you want to do is find something that you could either draw around that's the right size. So say like, I don't know, like a cup, like this. Something like that. And then you just gotta draw around it. Or you can use a compass, anything you want, you know. Doesn't really have to be perfect. Got a bit of a bump there on that side, so something like that. So that's your general circle for the Rasengan. A compass works too. Yeah. Okay, so then in like the anime, it's like blue and light, and it's done probably with computers or something like that. But we are drawn with a pencil or a black marker, so what you got to do is kind of do a kind of a spiral kind of thing going on with these kind of wind kind of lines, you know, going all around. And they have a white edge, so you probably have one just going around the edge here. And then it has, now you could use your compass for this again, you know, if you wanted to keep things sort of real circular, you know, like doing this kind of thing. Going around if you wanted, or you could try and do it freehand. So it's like a tornado inside. That's what you're going for. Wind spiraling. That's the feel we're going for. Like this kind of thing. And maybe a couple of ones just coming out around the edge. Like that. And I think that's everything. Yeah, how to draw Naruto's final Rasengan in his fight against Sasuke. Hope it was helpful, guys. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.